Hey everyone, this is Bo again. I've got a comparison review for you guys. These are three Turquoise Bibles, and I want to kind of show them to you quickly if I can. The top one is a Cambridge Turquoise, and this thing is about 60 years old. It's a 1960 printing. Is my wife's grandfather's, and I rebound it. It was a gift to me, so I decided to rebind it, and I'm going to have it forever. And I love this thing. It's a great Bible. It's printed on the famous India paper that Cambridge used for decades, and I want to show you how it compares to the Church Bible Publishers editions. Now, the two Church Bible Publishers editions, they're both Turquoise Bibles. The differences are that this one, the top one, is the mid-size turquoise. It's a non-red letter edition. This is the one that has been available on their website for a while, and the one below it is becoming available soon. It's the red letter turquoise. So I want to show you the difference between the text there as well. While I've got these two side by side, the main difference between these two, other than it being one being a red letter and one not, is the marginal room. So if I stood these both up, let me stand them on their spine. You can see it plain as day. The standard, this one on the left, is the 130 C1BK, which is the 130 one-piece calfskin black. And then the one on the right is the new one. It's the red letter. It's a 140 RL C1BK. So that means it's a slightly wider edition. And you can see they're about the same thickness, but the newer edition, the red letter edition, is slightly wider. So you have, all right, in the standard edition, you have a 1/2 inch margin all the way around, and it has a nice balanced look to it. This is how the traditional look was for the Cambridge edition. Okay, so even the one printed 60 years ago had the 1/2 inch margin all the way around. So that's nothing new. That's actually historically how it was printed, with the 1/2 inch margin. Now the newer red letter edition has a 1 inch margin on the outer margin. So you have the 1/2 inch margin on the bottom, on the top, and in the gutter, just like the standard, but the outer margin is 1 inch instead of a 1/2 inch. Now that's not much to write home about, but if you make notes in your Bible, an extra 1/2 inch of marginal room is a big deal. So also I want to show you the red letter text. There are some pros and some cons with the red letter text. So I'll turn to, let's go to Luke 8, page 97 in the New Testament. And I'm going to move the older one back to make room. So we're going to go to the New Testament, page 97. And I'll just show you a few of the red letter differences. Okay, so there's some pros and some cons to red letter. The pros are you have red letter where you don't here. The cons are that having the black printing on the opposite side tends to make the ghosting worse, where there is red letter but there's black letter underneath. So the ghosting is a little worse in that section where there's red letter with black underneath. Now let me go to John, where I know there's a good deal more No, sorry, John's this way. Well, this will work too. Luke 16. So in the standard edition, you'll have the same page. There's moderate ghosting, okay? But where the red letter is, it is not bad at all. Mainly because there's red letter on the other side. So when you have red letter on top of red letter, the ghosting's not bad at all. I mean, it's nearly impossible to see. And even when you have red letter under black letter, it's not bad at all. See where you have black letter under red letter, but if you flip it over and you see the opposite side, it's not bad at all right here. Or even in this black letter where there's red letter underneath, there's hardly any. So there's some pros that the red letter might have less ghosting when there's red under red or red under black, but there might be actually more ghosting if there's black under red. So that's some just kind of a trade-off that you have when you get a red letter Bible. But I love in the red letter the verse numbers and chapter identifiers are still in black. So if you're preaching, it's still easy to find your verse. It's still quick to find your place, even in the red letter. Where even in the black letter, it might be difficult, so the red letter actually might be a little easier to preach from. So anyway, between the marginal room and the red letter, those are the differences between the two editions. Again, the standard edition is a 130 C1BK, and the newer red letter edition, now I'm not sure if this will be all red letter editions, but this is at least the one that I was sent for review, is the 140 RL C1BK. So you notice that the number at the start of the item number is different. I think that's the signification for the width difference. So you have the larger margin and the red letter. Now let me put this Bible over here out of the way, and now I want to do a kind of a comparison between the paper quality. And I really don't want to knock the church Bible publishers. It's really an attaboy to the older Cambridge paper. Now this is, like I said, this is my wife's grandfather's Bible that he gave to me, and it is the Cambridge Turquoise Reference Edition on India paper. You see that? That's really important because that signifies really excellent paper. And I'll show you why that is. Now if we turn to, now you can see this Bible was used and preached from for decades. We'll just turn to somewhere in the middle. Let's go to Daniel, okay? Now, one cool thing is the pagination will be the exact same. So 1117, page 1117, and I'll flip to it in the new red letter edition. So we're close. Close. All right, so 1117, we're going to look at these two pages on 10, I'm off 100 pages. Sorry. I apologize. And as you're watching that, I'm sure that y'all were yelling at me as I was doing that. All right, so 1116, of course, they're the same exact layout, aside from the larger margin on the red letter edition. But I want to show you this India paper that's 60 years old, which was used for decades to preach from. It still looks amazing. Now I want you to focus in under verses 2 and 3, kind of in those blank spots for the ghosting. You can see there's some ghosting in the Church Bible Publishers edition. When I pan over, it is almost impossible to see on the India paper. This is why these older Cambridge turquoise editions are so highly sought after. This India paper is exceptional, and for the longest time, the turquoise was unavailable. So that's why these were so highly sought after, because it's probably one of the most popular layouts, and the paper was tremendous. Now this is still great paper, and the printing might be a little bit darker in the Church Bible Publishers edition, but it's still the feel, the texture of, and even the color. It's a slight off white, where the Church Bible Publishers is more of a stark white. The ghosting, even look at the chapter 7 area. You can see the ghosting there as I kind of get close. And we pan over here, you can see that it's not there as much. That's not a huge deal for a lot of people, but if you read the Bible more than 3 or 4 hours a week, that becomes a big deal. When you don't have that ghosting, it is such a relief to your eyes, and it allows you to really focus in on the text because of the lack of distraction in a Bible like this. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to show you. Of course, this older edition is not a red letter edition. As you can see from the Gospels here, it's all black letter. And I love all the markings that he made in this Bible. This Bible is much, much, much loved. And it's one of my own covers. Again, really, really love this Bible. But I also really love the red letter edition from Church Bible Publishers. And again, this Bible is unavailable at the moment on their website. They left a note that scrolls on their entry page that there's a printing error, but they should be available soon. And then I get this one in the mail to do a review, and so that must mean that they're about to be available. So when they become available, I recommend you get one. If you're not a huge fan of the wider margin, then or even if you're not a huge fan of the red letter, then I recommend you get the 130 C1BK, and it's listed as the mid-size turquoise. It'll be a black letter text with only the half-inch margins around, and it's a black letter text. So so you have something for everybody. So anyway, that's kind of all I really wanted to show you in this comparison video, kind of comparing the paper and the two different turquoise editions from Church Bible Publishers. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and you enjoyed it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notifications so that you'll get notified when I post new videos like this of Bible reviews, comparison reviews, rebind reviews, tutorials, and whatever else. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe, and also check out my monthly giveaways. This month I'm giving away a Rebound ESV thin line is Rebound from Francisco Guerrero, and it's a really beautiful cowhide rebind, and it's really nicely done. So don't forget to check that out and find out how to be eligible from that video. So anyway, thank you again, guys and gals, and I love you guys so much, and God bless.